headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus, Guam's automotive leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Concerns are mounting in the Guam Department of Education over the evolving plans to close certain schools for learning. A look at the community meeting with emotional testimony coming up.
An investigation into a Tumuning massage clinic allegedly providing chiropractic services without a license facing a roadblock for months. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with what's causing the delay in regulation.
The Commonwealth Casino Commission gives the CCC and IPI until April 22nd to come up with a settlement agreement. I'm Tomas Malonio with the full story coming up.
Half a day and good evening. Welcome, Gato.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day.
Well, an uproar in the public school system after the first of many emotional conversations surrounding rights.
The Southern region overnight voicing frustration with the shift, with many taking issue that they are being left in the dark.
Talks of public school campuses to potentially close for learning. Guam Education Board member Maria Gutierrez outraged with the process.
I will assure you, tonight, those that are listening, I am not supporting anything that the community are not going to be satisfied.
Gutierrez criticizing the Guam Department of Education's planning and notification of input sessions to the community, advocating for more time for teachers, students, mayors, and parents to give input instead of cramming the talks all within 2 weeks. The meeting in the Southern region Tuesday night was the first for the proposed decommissioning of public schools. Another stakeholder echoing frustration, saying they got no heads up from GDOE about the discussion.
How are you going to communicate if you're not putting it out there for everyone to see? The community here, it shows. There's not a large amount of people here to voice their concern.
Even mayors like Hoggett's Kevin Siswico questioning why GDOE hadn't engaged with them earlier.
We should have been at the very forefront as mayors so that we can help, maybe help, to calm down the uproar from our community that will soon happen because of closures of schools.
And with no official word on which schools will close, talks already eliciting emotional pleas from those who call GDOE campuses their second home, like in Alahan Elementary School teacher Janice Meno.
We're here to advocate for our families and make sure, the right decision is made for our community, for our children. They are our future. They represent us. We don't want our school closed or to be used for another facility.
Taking in feedback, Superintendent Kenneth Swanson reiterating it is obvious they must extend time to engage with the community. The second community input session with the central community is underway this evening.
He allegedly molested a child known to him for at least the past 3 years. 41-year-old Vanderay Mundo is charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 4 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and attempted third-degree criminal sexual conduct.
Court documents state the alleged abuse started when the girl was only 11, the victim allegedly telling police the latest incident occurred last June. A man is under arrest accused of molesting 2 teenage girls known to him. 32-year-old Johnny Santos is charged 3 times with second-degree criminal sexual conduct and third-degree criminal sexual conduct.
Court documents state the sexual abuse for one victim started when she was in the 7th grade. A second alleged victim told officers she was molested when she was 16. Prosecutors note Santos is on pretrial release in a 2022 theft case. A recording apparently captured by the alleged victim in the case against Dr. Ogachukwu Akoma forces a brief pause in witness testimony today. It was said in court the victim recorded her alleged encounter with Akoma, but defense argued against it being played for the jury, contending the audio was captured in the doctor's clinic and without his knowledge.
Prosecutors argued certain parts of the recording were made within public spaces. The public and the media had to leave the courtroom while parties discussed whether or not to allow it as evidence. Dr. Akoma is on trial for allegedly molesting his patient. He is charged with 2 counts of 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct.
The Guam Board of Allied Health Examiners is in charge of protecting the public against unprofessional, improper, incompetent, unlawful, fraudulent, or deceptive practices by persons who practice the healing heart.
But their efforts to keep clinics and practitioners up to code is proving to be a challenge without legal help. Mitsuki Hirayama has the story.
Chiropractic medicine and massage. These healing arts clinics promote health and your well-being, but are they all practicing legally and safely? That's a concern arising from a recent Guam Board of Allied Health Examiners Board meeting. Allied Health Board Chair Mamie Balhaja.
Guam is a perfect place for foreign people come to Guam to establish a business, whatever it is. So we need to be more cognizant of people practicing chiropractic and physical therapy and acupuncture, or whatever other without the proper licensing, because our role here is to protect the public.
One complaint under investigation facing a roadblock for months. The massage therapy clinic Le Balance in Tamuning, accused of allegedly providing chiropractic services without a license. The clinic's Facebook page says it specializes in corrective muscle therapy.
It's aggravating issue on people coming to Guam to practice and just put up shop anytime they want to. So we need to nip this in the bud.
But regulating clinics like Le Balance isn't easy without legal help.
Well, the problem is, as you know, government of Guam, procuring even a piece of paper has been a problem, as you know.
Former Assistant Attorney General Daniel Morris even announcing to the board he will no longer be their legal counsel.
I'm leaving the AG's office effective in the business today.
AG Doug Moylan tells KUAM Morris took an offer from the governor's office. But before Morris left, he told the board the AG's office doesn't have the resources.
The AG's office provides legal services, prosecute actions against unauthorized practitioners for the board.
KUAM reached out to Moylan for comment. Moylan says this is inaccurate and will be looking into it. Meantime, Health Professional Licensing Office Administrator Zenia Pacina suggests the board to procure an outside attorney.
Because we don't have consistency in the AG's office right now in regards to attorneys, I think this case should really move forward, and let's just get an outside attorney to start looking at this so we can procure them to move with this case.
Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Thanks, Mitsuki. Stolen land.
I do not consent. Just a few of the words shared during some emotional testimony given at the Guam legislature today.
We do not consent. Our ancestors would not consent to further harm being done to the land and more construction for yet another facility on sacred land.
And whose property are we talking about? Is it the Navy again, or is it ours? Why are we subservient to the military? They should be paying us rent, and if we really take the fair market value of Guam, $10 billion a year is not a high price, because we are the tip of the spear, we're target.
To clarify, the hearing was held Tuesday. The discussion over Resolution 325, which would urge the governor and the Guam delegate to join senators in calling out the Department of the Interior and the Department of the Navy.
The goal is essentially to preserve Litek Zen, one of the most valuable cultural sites in the Marianas Archipelago, by identifying an alternative location for the Ritidian Wildlife Refuge Visitor Center and its associated facilities. Participants also telling senators at that hearing 900 football fields of Chamorro land has been destroyed for this military buildup. Time for a quick break. Keep it here.
You're watching KUAM, your leader in local news.
Rooted in the community since 1995, Kmart is here to serve you 24 hours a day. From essentials to fill your pantry to delightful treats, our selection of groceries have everything you need to stock your kitchen with love. Step directly into style with the latest fashion finds in shoes and clothing for the family at unbeatable prices. Turn your living space into a dream home with our unparalleled selection of home goods. Illuminate your shopping experience and brighten your budget every week with our blue light specials. These specials are a testament to our commitment to offering the biggest variety for the best value. Discover a world where quality and savings meets convenience. Kmart is your one-stop shop where every visit is an adventure. Shop smart and save big at Kmart, your Guam shopping destination.
The Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just a late-night taco. It's a seasoned and slow-roasted chicken taco that pairs nicely with the new avocado verde salsa at any time. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco, only at Taco Bell. The Cantina Chicken Burrito isn't just for late night, because it keeps it light with slow-roasted shredded chicken and finely shredded purple cabbage in a freshly grilled tortilla that's not shredded. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Welcome back to Prime Time. After 2 days of intense negotiations, the Commonwealth Casino Commission granted another extension for the Imperial Pacific International and the Commission Executive Director to ink a settlement that both parties can agree to.
It's now another delay amid calls from lawmakers to revoke the exclusive gaming license. Regional correspondent Tomas Minglotnia reports.
April 22nd, that's the new final deadline the Commonwealth Casino Commission gave its executive director and Imperial Pacific International to finalize a settlement agreement.
Hopefully, and this will be the last. Whether it is signed by the AG or not, we are going to proceed with the revocation.
The commission approved the extension and seemed to lean towards a settlement rather than voting to revoke their exclusive gaming license. In last-minute negotiations this week, it was revealed that the Attorney General's office did not find the draft settlement to be what they described as legally sufficient.
The settlement agreement is probably the only thing that I can save this in the IPI and as well as the gaming industry, and for that reason, I think we deserve this time period.
Representative Marissa Flores took issue with the CCC's discussion of the settlement agreement process during their special meeting Wednesday.
You're out of order. It's not a settlement hearing. Why are you discussing the settlement hearing? Settlement. Your job is to decide whether or not to revoke, delay the vote or vote. That's your job right now at this point.
It remains to be seen if April 22nd will truly be decision day. Tomas Manglona, KUAM News, Saipan.
Thanks, Tomas. Well, residents on one street in Barrigada have been experiencing little to no water pressure days at a time.
Reasons as to why are trickling in. Our Jonah Goncharfis spoke with one resident who shares his water woes.
Imagine your daily routines scheduled around your water pressure. Well, for many residents living on U.S. Army Jesus T. Iriarte Street in Barrigada, like Esteban Escobar, who has lived on this very street for the past 2 years, have had to do. He says there will be days at a time where there's low water pressure or the taps will be dry, but he is on the ready.
So I've got water pretty much stationed at every bathroom for brushing teeth or for flushing toilets. I've got water bladders in the garage. I keep a basin in my laundry room that's full of water. And so I'm always kind of having to be ready for that. When it does happen, typically by 11 in the morning, it'll be gone. So I come home, usually around 5 or 6, and I realize there's no water.
And recently he's become a father.
I didn't realize how much laundry I was gonna have to do once I had a baby. So that's made it even more challenging, getting up in the middle of the night to do laundry or to wash bottles, making sure I have enough clean bottles to get through a day.
Escobar says he's been proactive in trying to get some answers, showing us the lengthy call logs.
I've called GWA dispatch probably 20 or 30 times. My wife's called, my neighbors have called. I've gone through social media to talk to them. I've gone in person to try to talk to them about it.
KUAM reached out to GWA General Manager Miguel Bordallo, who is aware of the pressure in the area. He says a low-pressure condition occurs occasionally when levels in the Barrigada water reservoirs serving this area remain low for an extended period. Barrigada Mayor June Blas has heard many water concerns from villagers, including Esquivel.
We've been working with management, with Miguel, and we actually met back in February with ongoing concerns on Route 8, 10, East Route 8, with the Summer Breeze area, as well as Route 16. And I know there is a plan to repair and make upgrades on that area. And so, you know, when the wells go down, then there's an issue, right? And then also when there's a power fluctuation, someone needs to go back out to get those generators going.
Blas says that she has been working with the agency to get tankers out to the village when residents are faced with little to no water. In the meantime, Blas asks the residents to be patient.
And we're working together with GWA, but we also like to ask the residents to conserve water, because right now we're going through dry season, right? And when the reservoirs go down, then our area is really badly affected.
I think communication would be nice. Getting ahead of the problem would be great too. It seems like every time they wait for us to call them.
Jonagan Charfris, KUAM News.
Verdalio adds GWA's pressure zone realignment project is currently out to bid and will address the installation of pressure control stations throughout the island.
That's including a new station along Route 16, he says, to help increase pressure. A sustainable future, not just for Guam or our region, but for the whole planet.
It's day 3 of the 15th annual University of Guam Conference on Island Sustainability, which has grown into a global conference, officially kicking off today. Mitsuki Hirayama has more.
The University of Guam proudly presents the 15th Annual Conference on Island Sustainability.
A 15-years-long journey to sustainability that endures.
We've really become a global conference.
That's University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant Director Dr. Austin Shelton. He says the 2024 UOG Conference on Island Sustainability is all about a sustainable future, not just for Guam or our region, but the whole planet.
It used to be just a few people here gathering 15 years ago here at the Hyatt, but now we've grown into an international conference where we have people from the Caribbean, from all over the U.S., from Hawaii, from Alaska, from Asia.
The past 2 days of the 6-day event at the Hyatt Regency Guam were full of pre-conference events leading up to the main event today. From a conversation with the conference co-chairs to an opening panel with past keynote speakers to CISC talks ideas worth cultivating.
We have some really great speakers from Guam and also coming from Hawaii and California. So gotta stick around and hear about that.
It's bound to be a stimulating discussion with leaders and allies across the globe on reflection, innovation, and action that will go on through the night. And a kicker, Shelton adds there's a chance to go home with an electric scooter.
Just come down to the Hyatt today from 4 to 8 o'clock. It is open to the public. You just sign in when you get here and you're registered to win that electric scooter.
But the real prize throughout the week-long conference, a sustainable future for generations to come.
We have to keep living our lives like we intend to stay here, and that's what sustainability is all about.
Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a view captured from Tumon Bay.
Troy Polamalu Safety, a.k.a. the Quiet Storm. Troy's seen more out of the corners of his cold steel eyes than most mortal men have seen straight on. The last thing an offense would witness? A fury of flowing mane, incoming at high speed.
Hey!
Cat-like quickness and supernatural instincts like Troy's only come once in a lifetime. And oh, how grateful we are that they came in ours. No one made the beloved burg of Pittsburgh feel quite as safe as this safety. The Hyundai Tucson with advanced safety and tech because even safeties could use a little more safety themselves.
Our new McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets are just the right amount of spicy. A small to medium Sprite kind of spicy. Let's get a McFlurry after this kind of spicy. But if you get the mighty hot sauce, it's a napkins up for foreheads now kind of spicy. This came from McDonald's kind of spicy? Because our Spicy Chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of spicy. Unless you remember what I said about the sauce. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If you haven't registered for Coco Weekend yet, now is the time. An entire 2-day celebration chock full of fun, food, fitness, and fiesta is going to be at Ipoh Beach Park. All you and your family have to do is show up.
Our Coco Weekend is going to be Saturday, April 13th for the kids race, and Sunday will be for the big kids. We call it big kids, so that'll be for a 10K and a half marathon.
Running enthusiasts of all levels and ages are welcome. The common thread is a love of having a good time and sharing half a day with the visiting runners from all over.
Excited about this year's event, and we're very excited at the off-island participation, and welcome, by the way, to our key influencers who are joining us this morning.
Parking for Saturday's Kids Fun Run and both of Sunday's half marathon and 10-kilometer races and the after party is seamless.
We have secured the John F. Kennedy High School JFK parking lot right above the Kmart Hills, and we will have shuttle down to Ipoh all day long on Sunday.
And true to our event's namesake, GVB is promoting our island's bird and what it represents.
True story, when I was away in Arizona for several years, I saw my very first Coco bird in my life back in 1999 and 2000. I did not see them on Guam. I'm 59. Do the math. The way that their survival is secured is a few things. Invasive species are their enemy. We all can take part in that charge to prevent the invasive species from killing the birds and the eggs and other migratory Guam birds.
So register now, like right now, at visitguam.com/koku, and we'll see you at Tuman Bay.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Only Pizza Hut lets you surround your favorite pizza with greatness. The one and only stuffed crust pizza tempts your taste buds with melted cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust. And at just $18.99 with one topping, the stuffed crust pizza is truly irresistible. So grab your slice of pizza perfection with cheesy goodness baked right into the crust. The stuffed crust pizza, just $18.99 with one topping. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
We start with her and her local business. We start with them, celebrating 30 years. We start with big.
Welcome to Dusatani. How may I assist you today?
Keep doing your best. Congratulations.
Small and growing businesses. We start with global connections and make them local. At GTA, we start with your business.
All right, everybody, you are invited on April 27th to come out and show your support for our island's autistic community. Check this out. Fire Engine Pull for Autism. This is amazing. It starts at 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's not going to be super hot. It's over at the UOG at the English and Communication side. Autism Strong. Yes, absolutely. And we will pull a big fire truck as well as a smaller one for the kids. Make sure to register and help autism awareness on island. Then from April 26th through Sunday, April 28th, there is another event going on, and this is the 15th Annual Talafofo Banana Festival. Yeah, look at this poster, you guys. We celebrate the banana here on the show. We love potassium, and you should too. So check out Ipan Beach on Friday starting at 5:30, Saturday all day long, and Sunday from 9 to 9 for food, games, ride, entertainment, and so much more. Shout out to the people of Talafofo for putting on the Banana Fest. And then up in the CNMI, you are invited to a CNMI Climate Action presentation on Thursday the 11th, starting at 5:30 at American Memorial Park. News Bites, midweek. It's that simple.
Now to your birthday shoutouts.
Which you can submit onto the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club on KUAM.com.
Man, you guys, what a great day to have a birthday. It's the middle of the week, and you know, I've got a lot of friends on today's birthday shout out. So, happy birthday, number big 542, jersey number 54. Our friend Len Calvo, your friends and family, including many of us here at KUAM, say, oh, Len, we appreciate you, we love you, we hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Another friend of the station over here, Charles Churchill. Happy belated birthday to Church from all of your friends and family. Good guy, loves Guam. Really, really happy he's having a birthday today, and Mr. Church, we hope you celebrate as well. Kathy Calvo, birthday, love, and blessings to Kathy. Wishing you continued happiness, health, and love. Who guides a house as your very, very adoring family. And Teresa Gogui has a birthday today, and today you reached your teenage years. Congratulations, Teresa. Happy birthday, Nanny girl. God bless you, and we all love you the baby of the family. Very nice. And a belated birthday going out to Hayden John Akimakani. Half a day from Arizona. We, the grandparents, are requesting if KUM can post on Cold Stone Creamery. Absolutely, of course, we're happy to. Happy 10th birthday shout out to our grandson Hayden, one of Fortnite's biggest fans. That's awesome. We're celebrating his 10th birthday out here in the state of Arizona, they say. Nana Eva and Papa Takeo are wishing you their very best.
And that's your primetime show.
Have a great evening.
Half a Day Decision 2024 in full effect. I'm Nick Delgado. Welcome to a new episode of The Hub. The race is on for the mayoral race, especially. A lot of villages seeing new faces and new candidates. So we head over to one where they don't just see new faces, they see multiple campaign signs on one property. Let's take a look. Campaign signs are a dime a dozen during an election year. Candidates posting up on wherever they can get to first. But in the case of the mayoral race in Agana Heights, it's not just one or two, but three.
Popped up out of nowhere like seeds out of the ground.
Yes, all three publicly declared candidates for the AH mayor spot, sharing real estate on a single lot.
The funny thing is now there are a bunch of signs everywhere, so it's been a question, not just for my family, but even for other villagers around who come over, who we see on a daily when we stop by the store. Sometimes it's just brought up. A question brought up indeed. Agana Heights' Isa Mercado says there is just no way of missing it. It was a little funny. The whole village was a little like, oh, hey, hi. That was a whole party too last weekend.
They don't just have one candidate on there. Yeah. Some of them have two, maybe even three. What's the thought process behind that?
That's literally what, because every day, like one day there was one. And then another day, another one. And then, through the week, all of a sudden now there's four. And so we're going, okay, McDonald, Arroyo, okay, and now Masnayan. So
it's so sudden that there's so many candidates.
For Marie Cassie, the multiple signs on one property isn't that uncommon.
We're like that. Like I told them they could put the other signs up, but I don't know what happened to the other one. So it's not like because there's only one sign doesn't mean that we're just voting for that person.
So it's not just about who you support?
Just, to be fair to all the candidates.
So it's about being fair?
Yes, it's about being fair. Yeah, not like being biased.
Okay. Anything else you want to add about this election season?
Well, it just came suddenly, and there are some new candidates coming up that we weren't expecting. But hey, the more choices we have, the better, I guess.
A fair response. Gil Owen, who many call Papa Gil, says the answer to signs sharing spaces is simple.
Well, obviously, you're going to have multiple choice. Okay? I don't care how you put it. That's what it is.
If you're keeping count of the number of signs we've showed you so far, you probably already know who is running. But just in case, Democratic candidates Richard Arroyo and Kevin Masnayan look to face off in the primary. For now, John McDonald III is the lone GOP who will run against the primary victor. Still, it's clear the village will miss its longtime mayor.
I really don't know if anybody could equal or better than what he did for this village. He's very attentive to the village needs, and it speaks for itself. He's been there long enough to retire. Well, okay, maybe it's time for him to retire. But what I'm thinking is that whoever would win the mayoral relation on Guam has some very big shoes to fill.
He's been doing the village very well, and I have to say he has a very he holds accolades. So he has a lot to uphold too. So I hope that whoever we vote into gets it. Yes, exactly. Whoever we vote into gets it done.
Separately, Gil wanted to end on a strong note with this message to politicians.
I'm a veteran. I got drafted. I got sent overseas. Did I say no? I went. So what difference does it make? My vote don't count anyway. You see what I'm saying? Do something about the schools, the hospital. That's what needs to be done. Get up off their lazy and do something about it. Not just talk, argue, whatever. Do something. The kids are the ones that's suffering.
Mayor, how does it feel that you're basically retiring? How does that feel?
I'm really thinking about retiring, but I tend to come out here and just get busy. You know, I'm not good in retiring. I like to help people and, you know, just do whatever I have to do. Yeah.
What would you say to your community now that you will be stepping down from your position as mayor?
Okay, I don't look forward for the next mayor, but whoever makes it, I would want to work with them. If they ask me for my opinion, I'd like to give them my opinion and just go on with the flow, which I do, you know, a lot, and I just hope that I can help everybody. You know?
A lot of candidates, 3 candidates. How do you feel about this?
I have 3 candidates, and I just hope may the best man win.
It's a tough decision for your village.
Yes.
What words would you like to impart on your villagers, on the community of Agana Heights?
Yes, I would like to say that whatever I have, that we went through all these years, that I've been fair to everybody. And whether it be practice at the baseball field, whether it be practice at the gym, and even providing service to everybody on the village. I believe that I've been fair for everybody.
Well, coming up next on The Hub, we head up to the CNMI, where there's a race for the delegate seat. Stay tuned, you're watching The Hub.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Welcome back to the Hub. Now we head up to the CNMI, where our regional correspondent Tomas Mengoña has an exclusive interview with the candidates ahead of the primary this weekend.
I wanted to just jump right into the question that many voters might have after the primary. I wanted to ask you both, if you don't win the primary, will you support the other candidate and not run as a third party candidate, or as an independent candidate rather?
I will say unequivocally that I will support whoever wins the primary. I think, what we're focused on is rebuilding the economy, focusing on actually figuring out what it means to be self-governing. We're focused on defining what it means to have a quality of life here in the CNMI, and some of the policy objectives that I have in terms of pursuing this path is to redefine or define what that means exactly for the people. And no matter who the nominee is, that is what I'm focused on. I'm not necessarily focused on getting elected myself. I'm focused on pursuing that goal. And if it's John, I will be behind him 100%. And he's also pledged that if it is me, that he will do the same.
Yes. And speaking of which, let's do this together. Let's
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to talk a bit about how you've been outreaching to the voters. John, when we first spoke, you mentioned you've been doing a door-to-door campaign. And Kim, I just can't help but notice your social media presence. So is that part of your strategy, or how are you reaching out to voters, particularly maybe even younger voters in the Republican Party who will be heading to the polls for the primary?
So going back to the conversation that I've been having, right? I meet with people, and when you start talking about, for example, labor issues, immigration issues, Medicaid issues, and you start getting into the specifics of what the Wagner-Pazer Act or whatever laws that need to be amended, right? People, that kind of stuff goes over their head. What people really care about, right, is how that's going to impact their lives and improve their lives on an individual basis. And so the biggest unregistered voters, the biggest demographics of unregistered voters is the age of 18 to 25. They just feel disenchanted with what's happening. And what I've learned in my conversations with the thirds of this world, as I'm going to call them and classify them, is that we need to find a better way of connecting with younger voters to get them engaged. Because after all, why are we doing this? I'm doing this, Tomas, because in the conversations with my 20-year-old daughter, her response is, I don't know if I'm going to come back home, because what are the opportunities there for me? So what I'm trying to do basically is build a future, a place, a commonwealth that she wants to come home to after she's done pursuing whatever professional goals that she has. A lot of folks within the 18 to 30 demographics, they're struggling, we're just starting up, trying to get new homes, trying to get to level up their qualifications. How do we find ways to get them to engage, to be able to participate in this decision-making process so they can help shape the future that will impact them the most? And so I am focused on putting out a lot of social media content with the hopes, basically, right, that I reach out to those younger demographics who are going to be the ones who are going to be impacted by the policy decisions that we're making today, right? I'm on the downward trajectory of my life. I'm about to be 50 next year. So pretty much I'm like knocking on heaven's door at this point, right? And so I'm focused on the future, not for me, but for these younger folks who are going to be here and hopefully will be taking care of me at the Manomku Center.
Right. Yes, exactly the same. So in my conversations with the people, in fact, yesterday I had another gathering of families who graciously offered their place, their home, their farm. Wow, it was really, really just how it's validating that majority of the attendees were the young voters, demographics 18, and those who are going to be 18 before November 5th of this year for the midterm elections, up to about 32, 33. Because I did a sort of like a, what's your age or what's your gap and stuff. And Kim is correct. We need to engage and, how do you say, go down with them in terms of understanding what is the role of a CNMI delegate to Congress, what is the covenant, how significant are we in terms of our land, as remote as we are, and our ocean to the United States international defense posture in the greater Indo-Pacific region with no security. I mean, Guam is obviously the main base, but we need to make sure that we, whatever we decide on Tinian and our islands and our oceans, that we leverage it to make sure that we ensure a better quality of life, a brighter future, and more benefits and programs that's equalized for our incoming generation, because that's the promise of our covenant, and it was the pledge of the United States and the Northern Marianas as covenant negotiators when they executed that in goodwill and with due diligence and in good faith. And I look forward to doing exactly the same.
And you can view Tomas's full interview on KUAM's YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the polls if you're up in the CNMI this weekend. Tomas will have full coverage of that election day. Keep it here. The Hub continues after this break.
At Not Howie says Taco Bell only really hits after midnight, which is why I'm going to use the Cantina chicken menu to help him see the Taco Bell light.
Very juicy.
Hi. The food hits, right? Are you at Not Howie? Does it hit or does it not hit?
I'd say it hits.
Yeah, it does hit.
I can't lie.
Okay, but you did, maybe. The Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just for late night.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Welcome back to the Hub. Now we start this part of the Hub where we go canvassing from village to village. First one, we hit up one of the largest up in Dedo, speaking with one senior citizen about some of the concerns he wants our leaders to know about this election season. Take a listen.
I've done well. I'm very happy to be on Guam. Guam has helped me out a lot. I became, this is the, I think, third presidency of the Senior Center of Dedo. And I was also the vice president of the Council of Presidents for the entire island of seniors. So I know a lot of seniors. And I'm quite satisfied with the life here. I have people to take care of, and something to do. And politically,
you see so much noise politically, and so I wanted to get your personal view. Just the past decade you've been here, what would you like to see actually addressed and not just said?
I would like to see things improve. I think that there's a lot of waste in the organization on Guam to govern. I think there's too much money just paying off people politically because they're either relatives or beholden to the family, the Guamanian family. I don't have any objections to Guam running this island. I think it's their right to do that. It's their island. It's not mine. I was not born a citizen here.
You just call it home now?
I call it home now. I think they should spread their improvement more evenly over the population. And you notice, like the gas stations, one of them changes. Within 24 hours, all of them change. That system is kind of a system that doesn't appeal to me because it's not competitive. Okay, well, can we do anything about it? Yes, we can, but is there any will to do that? As far as I see, no. There is no will to change that. Why? Because those who are in control of that are also in control of keeping it that way. They have the influence to keep you down from changing it, keep me down from changing it.
So it sounds like you want our leaders to really stand up for the position we put them in?
Yeah, I would like to see Guamanians unite and say to the government in some way, by an organization or something, or by a political group of people that are really attracting change for the population. We need those kind of people. We need more people that are interested in joining together to make good changes. We need them active.
And if you have a concern you want us to share or a village you think that we should hit up next while we canvass this election season, let us know. Hit us up on any of our social media platforms at KUAM News or email us at reporters@KUAM.com. Next up, we close off the show by taking a visit over to the Guam Election Commission to find out some important information for voters. Keep it here. You're watching The Hub.
Brian Dawkins, safety, aka Weapon X. Brian laughs at audibles, laughs. For there is nothing he does not anticipate. He is never caught off guard because his guard is always up. His skills of perception are honed like talons. Brian sees all. He knows all. Dominates all. His defensive prowess is feared the world over. The all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5 with advanced safety and tech. Because even safeties could use a little more safety themselves. Search for your Hyundai Ioniq 5 today.
Well, we hope you are registered to vote. Just head over to gec.guam.gov. We also have all the information for you on how you can get registered and participate in this election season on KUAM.com. I'm Nick Delgado. We close off now by speaking with the Guam Election Commission to find out what is important for you, the voters at home. Stay safe, everyone, and happy voting.
Happy election season, Maria.
Ay, si Zeus Masi, Nick Delgado. It started early.
Right.
Yeah.
And the primaries actually moved up, but we'll get to speaking more on that and why that is, because I know that there's an important reason why we moved up the primary than earlier before. But what is the main thing that voters should know ahead of that?
Okay. Get on the GEC website, and that's gec.guam.gov. On that website, you can tell how many more days to the primary election. You can also register online. If you have a current Guam ID or a current Guam driver's license, you can register right on the website. People who are already registered and want to confirm their registration and their voting district can also do that off our website. All you'd have to have is your name and your date of birth.
But there's also an option to still come into the office here in Tamuning, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone can come into our office with an ID. They don't need, it doesn't need to be current, it just needs to be valid. which simply means that it was valid when it was issued. So anyone can come into our office to register during work hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, except holidays. At every single mayor's office also, they are staffed with voter registrars. So they can go into their respective village mayor's office and register also. We also have volunteer voter registrars. They're out there in the village. They can come to your house to register you. We have a whole fleet of voter registrars because we've been having volunteer voter registrar training here at the office, and we've been training quite a few.
How do they get a hold of them? Do they contact the mayor's office to set that up, or here at the GEC?
With the voter registrars, they can call the GEC. Their names also appear on our website. So you can get their names off our website, and you can also call us at 477-9791.
Don't forget that 671 area code.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Nick. Yeah.
And is there anything new that voters should expect in the primary this year? Different.
Different. First of all, you're only going to get one ballot sheet because, as you may know, the governor just signed the law that says that the public auditor will not be in the primary. The public auditor race will only be on the general election ballot. Secondly, the Guam Election Commission continues to look for better options for polling sites. We have, as you know, some of our schools are closed, and some of those schools that are closed happen to be polling sites as well. So we're looking for better options. We hope to get the word out as to where and when the commissioners have confirmed about the polling sites. So that may be different.
I recall FBLG was one for GIGO.
That's
so
right.
That's off the table.
Yes, and that's that's our second biggest village. That's our second biggest voting district. So we're looking, and then, there's early voting. And so the primary election is scheduled earlier now. It used to be the first Saturday of August. Now, I'm sorry, it used to be the last Saturday in August. It is now the first Saturday in August. So the primary election is scheduled for Saturday, August 3rd, 2024.
And why is that?
That gives the Guam Election Commission and the off-island voters more time to get and receive their off-island ballots. The federal law requires us to send out the ballots for the off-island and military voters 45 days before the election. So that gives us a little bit more time to prepare the general election ballot.
Yeah. Is there anything else that the voters should know? Because we still have a few months actually before the race, but
we have early voting. The bid is out. The invitation for bid is out, but we don't. The Guam Election Commission has not confirmed an early vote center yet, the venue. So as soon as we find that out, we'll let you know. We'll let our media partners know, and we'll let our voters know, and it'll be on our website.
Yeah, I know on gec.guam.gov as well as on KUAM.com we posted the link for those that are interested in hosting the early voting sites. There, I'm sure, will also be homebound and curbside.
That's accessible.
Accessible. Okay.
Yes, accessible voting. We made sure that we had a more accurate name for accessible voting because we did not want to delay those people that need help with accessibility, the persons with disabilities.
Yes.
If Nick Delgado gets in that line, that may just delay one more person with with special needs. So we want to make sure that our voters realize that it's for persons with disabilities. And the Guam Election Commission does not mind if there's no line that anybody, and during early voting, our experience was that the lines were long upstairs.
Mm-hmm,
So we encourage people that if they wanted to vote with the through the accessible voting path, we would send them downstairs.
Nice. Okay, well, as you see here, voter registration is just as simple as 1, 2, 3. Go to gec.guam.gov. Check out your local mayor's office if you can't get down here to the Tamuning area. And also, pretty cool, they have a QR code that you can simply just access wherever you see this type of sign right here. And it brings you to gec.guam.gov and brings you to this site right here. Maria, thank you so much for your time, and we'll speak to you more in the weeks ahead.
Si Zeus Masi Neklagara.